All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's lesson, moving straight ahead, lesson 3.4. And for 3.4, we're going to be solving linear equations. And you're going to be doing your lessons on page 53 and 54, A through F. And then you'll be doing your ACE problems, 15 through 23, 34 through 36, and 44 through 45. And your learning target is that I can solve linear equations when given a value for y. All right. So, here are our notes. Solving equations is easy when we remember the principle of equality, that whatever is done to one side of the equation needs to be done to the other side. By doing this, we can cancel values out until the variable is by itself. So, here's an example of an equation. We have got y equals 2x minus 4. Now, what happens if the y is 24? And that's essentially what we're doing. When we create an equation, a linear equation, we're saying if y is 24, we don't know quite what x has to be, but we know that if y is 24, it got to 24 by doing 2 times something minus 4. We don't know what that something is, but we do know it followed this pattern. So, when y is 24, what will x be? So, to solve this, we're going to add 4 to both sides. And when we add 4 to both sides, we end up getting 28 equals 2x. And if I divide both sides by 2, I end up getting x equals 14. So, what is this saying? This is saying that if y is 24, x has to be 14 if we are following the rules we have been given in our linear equation. All right. Now, here's the other question in our notes. What's the point of finding x? Well, the x and the y are going to tell us very different things within our equation. Let's say that Mr. Briggs, that we used an equation like this. Mr. Briggs eats 2 cookies a minute. Well, what does that equation look like? Well, we know that y equals 2x, right? Because my value for cookies is minutes times 2, right? That the x here represents the minutes, and the y here represents the cookies. So, if I have 2 different questions here, I can use the same equation to solve them. How many cookies were eaten in 5 minutes? Well, we know that that 5 minutes, because it's minutes, is an x value, right? Because we set that as our independent variable, right? And x is usually our independent variable. So, to figure that out, it's going to be easy. I just do y, which again is the number of cookies I want to eat, is going to equal 2 times 5. So, the number of cookies, which again is y, right, equals 10. So the answer is 10 cookies. But now let's say, using that same equation, how long to eat 46 cookies? Well, the 46 cookies is my y value. It's my dependent variable. So, I put in 46 into my answer. And when I got 46, we know we got to 46 by eating 2 cookies every minute, right? So all I have to do is divide both sides by 2, the same way we've learned how to solve all these other equations. So 2 divided by 2 is x by itself, and 46 divided by 2 ends up giving us 23. Okay, so x equals 23, and x, remember, is our time value. So it's going to be 23 minutes. So by understanding what x is, and by understanding what y is, and understanding that I can use the same equation to answer 2 different kinds of questions, we can find where those relationships lie in a much, much easier way than when we used to solve them using ratios or proportions. So, your homework for today is going to be 3.4, Solving Linear Equations. Lesson is on page 53 through 54, A through F, and your ACE problems are going to be 15 through 23, 34 through 36, and 44 through 45. Have fun!